Hello and welcome to Rebus Cloud. This video tutorial will guide you through the process of building your first survey. Rebus Cloud makes it simple and easy to build and manage surveys. Building a survey requires project setup, variable creation, scripting, activation, and testing. Once your survey is built up, you can launch it for data collection. Once the data is collected, you can review the data and generate reports out of it. Let's take a look at the process. Surveys in Rebus Cloud are managed through projects. Projects let you organize your survey data and make managing multiple surveys quick and easy. Projects can be created from your Rebus Cloud homepage. Let's create a project here. Click on the Add New Project button. You can create a project either manually or using a wizard. Wizard is like an assistant that helps you in setting up the project. Let's create a project manually. Here you can see a form. This form contains some mandatory fields that you need to fill to add a project, such as project name, project owner, project type, etc. Keep in mind that every field has a set of validations imposed for the data that you enter. For example, the project name must be 5 characters long. Be sure to enter the correct input before saving the project. For each project that you add to Rebus Cloud, you need to define a scope. Scope determines whether a project is configured for data collection or reporting, or for both. Let's configure this project for both data collection and reporting. For data collection projects, you should specify the platforms on which you want to take the survey. Let's choose web and Android devices both. Apart from this, you can choose to make the survey anonymous or enable sample management if you have a list of respondents whom you will survey. Let's keep the survey for anonymous users. Rebus Cloud also gives you the option to use a data collection template for your survey. You can use another project as a template, or use the built-in template for your survey. Please note that the above 3 options will not appear for a project which is being configured for reporting only. The last option here lets you make the current projected template for other projects. Now as we are done with setting up our project, let's click on Save. And here, the project has been added to the Rebus Cloud account. Next step after adding a project is to add questions, also known as variables, which we want to show in the survey. So let's add some variables to the project we've just created. Click on the project. It will open in a new tab. Now on the left panel, click on Canvas Survey, then on Questionnaire Survey Setup, then on Variables. Rebus Cloud lets you add variables in 2 different ways. 1. Adding variables one by one using the Add New Variables button. 2. Adding variables in bunch using the template CSV available in your Rebus Cloud account. Let's add variables using the template CSV. Click on Download, and then on Template CSV. Here you can see, the template CSV got downloaded. Let's open this file. As you can see, this file contains some sample data for your reference. You need to remove this data, and fill up the CSV with your variable data. Make sure to enter the correct value in each of the input fields being provided. Once the CSV is filled, you should save the file and upload it back to Rebus Cloud. Let's upload this file. Switch back to Rebus Cloud and click on Upload. Now click on Choose File. Browse and select the CSV file, and click on Upload. And here you can see, all the variables that we have uploaded through the CSV, are now added in the project. So far we are done with creating the variables. Next, we need to add logic and design to the survey. This can be done through scripting. Before you script your survey, you must download the solution of your project. Solution contains some files, which are required for scripting and running the survey locally. Let's download the solution first. Click on Download, and then on Solution. Here you can see, a zip file got downloaded. Let's unzip this file. Now here you can see these content folders. Each of them contains some subfolders or files. Master folder contains Rebus Cloud's built-in features that facilitate easy scripting. Do not touch this folder as any kind of alteration in this folder will break the entire script of the survey. The Projects folder contains 4 subfolders. The Data folder contains a JSON file and should not be touched. The Pages folder contains a blank HTML page, which is currently the default page showing your survey. All the pages that will form the layout of your survey are going to be added here. The Questionnaire folder contains 3 JSON files. Use default.json to modify the labels of the variables, if required. The Scripts folder contains a JavaScript file. Use this file to write the logic of your survey. Let's add some pages and logic to this survey. For scripting, open the solution in a good HTML and CSS editor, such as Microsoft Visual Studio. Now go to the Pages folder and add a new HTML page to it. Use HTML code to create your web page. Add variables to the code using RC tags supported by Rebus Cloud. Now press the Save button. This will save the changes to the native files in your project. Similarly, you can add more pages to the survey, depending upon your requirement. You can also rename pages for easy reference. Now as we are done with adding the pages, it's time to add logic to the survey. Open script.js, and write down the script in support of the logic in your survey. Add HTML pages in flowService.sequence function, in the sequence you want to show them on the web. Feel free to use JavaScript functions to optimize your script. keep pressing the Save button to save changes you make to the files. Once you are done, compress the solution back into a zip file. Let's compress this solution. Select the contents of solution folder, right-click, and then choose Send to Compressed, Zipped, folder. The solution is now zipped. Once you are done with adding project, variables, and logical script, you are all set to activate the survey. Surveys are activated through requests. You can upload the solution carrying your variable data and survey logic in Rebus Cloud, add a request for survey activation, and wait for the request to be processed. Once your request is processed, you will get a response for either success or failure. In case of a failure, you can download the log files, and check where during the activation have the errors occurred, so that you could possibly fix them. Let's now activate this survey. On the left panel, click on Survey Activation, and then on Activation. Now click on Activate, and then on Choose File. Browse and select the modified zip file. Now as you can see here, the file has been selected, but before you click on OK, you must select a role, or even multiple roles, to whom you want to assign permissions to access this survey. Let's select a few roles here. Now click on OK. And here you can see, the request has been added. The response column here is showing a new status. This means that the request is new. Once the request is processed, this should change to success or failure. The survey activation request should process in a few minutes. You can press the refresh button meanwhile and check if it has been processed or not. So here our request has been processed, and our survey is successfully activated. We can now run this survey. After a successful activation, you can either test run or live run a survey. While the test run won't collect any data, the live run will store the respondent feedback for you, which you can then view or analyze. Let's test run this survey. Click on the link icon here. Select a language and a context. Rebus Cloud allows you to add multiple languages in a project and manually add translations to the text in the survey. These translations can differ depending upon the context for which they would be used. Once you select the language and context, click on the Test Link button. The click generates a link that gets populated here. Let's copy this link and paste it here in a new tab. The survey is now ready for testing. Use the back and forth buttons to move through the survey pages. Check the logic by choosing specific options. Verify the orientation of the variables. Everything should work properly before you go live with the survey. Once you are sure that everything is in place, you can go live with the survey for data collection. Let's see how this can be done. Click on the link icon. Select a language, a context, and click on Live Link button. The click generates a link that gets populated here. Copy this link and send it to the respondents whom you want to survey. The survey data gets automatically stored in the database for your analysis and review. Data collected through the survey appears in your Rebus Cloud account once it gets synchronized from the server. You can track this data from the Review Data section. Click on the Review Data link. Here you can see a grid. This grid shows information on each survey that has been taken so far. For each survey, you get the survey ID, time when the survey was synchronized, survey status, review status, and other relevant information. You can anytime add or remove columns from this grid, and view only required information, thanks to the column selector. To review a particular survey, simply click on the eye icon here. Now here, select a language and a context, and click on OK. And as you can see here, the survey gets open for review in a new tab. Notice the header on top of the survey. This header shows options to accept, reject and save changes to the survey. You can review the entire survey, make changes wherever required, and save the survey. Now if you go back to the Review Data page while reviewing the survey, you will notice a red lock under the Lock Status column. This signifies that the survey is being locked while it is under review by a Rebus Cloud user, and other users who have access to the survey cannot open it at the same time. Once the lock is released, the survey becomes free for review by other users. Once you are done reviewing the survey, you can either accept or reject it. The survey status takes a while to get updated. You can press the refresh button to see if the status has changed or not. Apart from reviewing the survey, you can download the survey data in multiple formats such as CSV, ASCII, SPSS, and Cubicle, for offline analyses. Apart from analyzing the data, you can view reports based on the data collected through the surveys. Here you can see the report section showing 3 different types of reports: device reports, disposition report, and cross-tab report. The device reports further shows 2 reports: questionnaire sync history report, and tab view history report. The questionnaire sync history report shows a list of respondents who have synced the survey on their devices. Review history report shows the status of tab reviews done by other Rebus Cloud users. The disposition report shows the disposition of surveys over a period of time. It displays a bar showing percentage of partial, completed, and terminated surveys, and 2 charts showing date-wise and day-wise dispositions of completed surveys. Report lets you cross-tabulate results of your survey. Cross-tabulation helps in analyzing and comparing the results of one or more variables with the results. Let's create an analysis here. Click on New Analysis button. Now here you can see, this area shows a list of single choice, multiple choice, numeric, and date-time type variables in your survey. Drag and drop the variables on which you want to perform the analysis in row area and column area. specify the functions whose results you want to see. Now click on Run. And here are the results of the analysis. You can save an analysis in the Crosstab Report section by giving it a name. Saved analysis remains in your account and become available for later editing. This brings us to the end of this video tutorial. Thanks for watching.